3, 2, 1.
All right, folks. The moment you've all been waiting for the last 10 minutes, and presumably all day, and presumably since the schedule came out, is finally here. Gamer Glenn in prime time. How's it going, buddy? How you doing?
What's up, everybody? I am tired, but I'm here to play Tears of the Kingdom. Also,
He pushes on.
here's my cat.
Cat Lulu.
Anyway,
Oh my goodness, it's Lulu.
pretty much just gonna get right into this. But I'll introduce my commentator. By totally
Yo, what's up?
talking earlier today.
Yeah, it me once again. Hello once again, Speed Docs. My name is Fortify. I'm here to hang around with Gamer Glan, who's going to do an absolutely sick run of all dungeons for Tears of the Kingdom. So excited to be part of it.
And you paid to have it in Italian, so Italian. Anyway, I'm gonna get right started because this is a long run and I have plenty of time to explain stuff. So I assume we're ready.
Yep. Give us a countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
Goodbye, Lulu.
Yeah, Lulu's done for.
Bring back cat.
All right, so
Truly still hasn't beat the game. I'm sorry.
Wow. No, it's okay. Game is too big. Alright, so this is Tears of the Kingdom, and right off the bat, we have a little intro sequence here. There's not very much going on in this intro sequence, but there will be a lot more going on later in the video game. So basically, what I just run through these ruins here with Zelda, listen to her talk, all that jazz.
It's worth noting that this run is being done on 1.1 and not on a 1.0 because 1.0 I believe is the version that we're able to just like skip this entirely and clip through to down to the bottom.
There is a clip to skip the intro on 1.0. I will say I have never played this game in Italian, so this is the first time. It is fastest in English, which is very sad. But yeah, there's not a lot of tech here, as I said. The main tech in the intro, at least for this version, is in this room here. So there's going to be 3 separate cutscenes where Zelda will walk up and examine stuff. I'm going to jump right before hitting the cutscene triggers, which will put me further into the room, farther away from Zelda, which will make her run instead of walk. Saves a few seconds. Otherwise, we're just mashing text.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Yes, we do.
All right, we got a $5 donation from Catstay. A professional would have this pulled up already. It says, I might not have time to watch tomorrow, so I'll vote now. # save Otacon. So that bid war is heating up. We are $70 away from Cece wearing the Explorer's hat and $1,000 on day 1. Don't you want Glan to have that honor? I want him to have that honor.
Yes.
Let's get this done for Glan. Glan deserves it. Fortify deserves it too, but Fortify hasn't been here that long.
Yeah, Glan deserves all the nice things.
# do it for Glan.
So we're almost at the end of the intro here. I'm going to do one thing here, which is I'm going to make a hard save. This is going to be used in a trick later. I will talk about it later. But now we're going to get into the intro cutscene, the infamous intro cutscene, which is unskippable. So it'll be about 4 minutes from here until I regain control of Link. Very fun. You have to watch this every time you reset. But it gives me time to talk about the run. Unless you want to hear the Italian voice thing. But yeah, basically this is all dungeons.
No los dos.
So the goal in all...
that was Spanish, yeah. CJ.
True. Yeah, so, as is described on the tin, this is all dungeons, so you have to beat all the dungeons before you beat the game. In this game, there are 6 dungeons, which are defined as basically the places where there's a boss, where if you didn't kill that boss, then it would show up after Army in the boss rush. So that's the 5 temples and Hyrule Castle. And if you haven't beaten this game, you're probably confused why I'm saying 5 temples. Spoiler alert. But yeah. So...
Yo, what's happening to Link? He just had all of his health?
Yeah, he's getting skill issued.
Oh wow,
Really
dang,
hard
that's
right
crazy.
now.
But surely he'll be able to knock this away.
Yeah, I mean, surely the sword that seals the darkness...
Oh my
will be able to help
god.
him here.
Hold on, is Fi okay though?
He'll be okay. He just needs a long
He's so
nap.
much more intimidating in Italian.
Yeah.
I feel like I owe him money or something.
I'm just getting violent Assassin's Creed 2 flashbacks right now.
Come
Let's
fai a
stop.
sapere I nostri nomi?
Alright. So, as Fortify mentioned earlier quickly, I'm running on 1.1. For Tears of the Kingdom, just because of like the way Nintendo patched a lot of glitches after this game came out, basically we have the leaderboard split up into all different versions. So there's people who like to run like all the different versions with down patching and everything. I'm running on 1.1, which for most of the game's like history, even though it's only been a year, has been the fastest version for this category. Lately 1.0 has routed that's caught up to it, but I'm more comfortable with this because I've run before that happened. The reason why 1.1 is the fastest, or was the fastest at least, is due to one glitch in particular, which I'll talk about later, that works much faster on this version for getting around the world really quickly. And just like the amount of time you save with that makes up for losing out in other areas. So yeah, after all this intro cutscene is over, we're going to start out in the tutorial area of the game, kind of the initial area called Great Sky Island. So if you played Breath of the Wild, it's like the Great Plateau. Its design is meant to be a little more linear, but we're still not going to do it in the intended order. But coming up right at the beginning of that, we're going to get into a trick called Cog Skip. This is going to be coming up in like... Honestly, there's still like a minute left before I get to do it.
Yeah, like Lan said, it's very very similar to Plateau from Breath of the Wild, and it's very go here, then go here, then go here, and then you have to do this, and then you have to do that, and get all of this thing before you can leave the area. So it's
we get
become
our,
a pretty...
Yeah, we get our 4 main abilities here, and they kind of introduce the concept of shrines, which we're not going to do any shrines other than the ones here. Pick up the Decayed Master Sword, which is kind of like the initial weapon you get, and it breaks after 6 hits, but it recharges over time, so it's kind of just like a constant weapon you have here. And I'm going to be getting into my first trick here called Cog Skip, which is going to skip kind of the intended path out of this area, which is really long and slow. And we're going to get out actually into the top area, which is not supposed to be accessible yet. I'm going to do that with a somewhat precise backwards mid-air jump slash that will preserve really fast momentum to get up.
Yeah, basically by jumping like towards the camera and like doing that jump slash that Glenn mentioned, you're turning the camera around, and Link is preserving his momentum from this jump. And then as soon as you're able to make it across the platform, then you can just do a backflip, and then Link can skip a lot of this introductory area super quickly like that.
I do a little parkour up here. This jump is kind of really... I'm just going to take this part safe. It is possible to kind of fall down there after. It's really annoying when it happens. So here you'll notice the stamina meter as I'm running. Again, if you play Breath of the Wild, you're probably very familiar with whistle sprinting in that game, which is an exploit to run faster without using stamina. That was patched out for this game. So we kind of just have to alternate between walking and running normally. But we want to have full stamina coming out here so that we can climb up. We're going to go all the way up to the top here, and we're going to grab 3 wings out of a chest, Zonai wings. we're going to make heavy use out of these throughout the run. And you might be wondering, if there's only 3 of them, how am I going to make heavy use of them? Well, I'm going to have a lot more than 3 of them very quickly. Because I'm going to
You don't say.
I'm going to use arguably the most broken glitch in this game, which is sort duplication. This got patched out in 1.1.2. So all I have to do is queue up 3 wings to take out, and then sort and close the menu at the same time, and then I duplicate them, and then I do it again to duplicate the 6 that I now have. And now I have 12. And we get to just dive into the title sequence here. So
This
for
is
the
a
zone,
really dope title sequence. Sorry.
it is a very good title sequence.
Agreed. I got to admit, I am still slightly disappointed that the whole going up into the sky was not more of a nod to Skyward Sword, but
Yeah.
this is still a pretty good, way to do the whole sky and bring that back.
Yeah. So after this, we'll be diving down into a pool of water. Specifically in this instance of diving, you won't be allowed to move side to side. So I'm going to opt not to dive and instead immediately break out into a jump slash to land on this lily pad over here. And for whatever reason, you don't take fall damage on lily pads in water. And that lets me just kind of jump over here and skip swimming. Swimming is very slow. We'll grab a couple tree branches here, which are some extra weapons to use. We will be making good use of them.
Some Ramos.
Ramo. And then we're going to go over to this steward construct over here to grab the purr pad, which used to belong to Zelda. And he's like, hey, you should take this thing. It'll really help you on your quest. It's a really useful tool. And he probably has no idea what it actually is, because Zelda just gave it to him like 10,000 years ago or something.
Hey, hold this.
So, only like in the past couple months or so of running this game did I realize these things have like 2 eye holes. I always thought they had 1 eye, which was the gold thing on their forehead. But I don't think that's true, actually.
So coming up, Glenn is going to be doing, utilizing those 12 Zonai wings that he duplicated. He's going to be doing a trick called a backflip wing drop, where he's going to be utilizing those wings in a very specific manner. He's going to try to point them away from the camera and jump off of the platform. This is basically so that the game won't put you on the ground. He's going to be manipulating this in order to have the wing take him to the Temple of Time, but then
Sketchy.
get back to that spawn point with the Purapad later on to enter these shrines that he's going to be going up GSI. It's going to be significantly faster than obviously traversing the island, especially because, again, the game, he's not on solid ground right now, so the game is storing his last ground position, which was up above.
Yeah, it only updates your respawn coordinates when you're like on actual ground. I think this is gonna make it. I lost a lot of height at the beginning of that drop, or the beginning of that flight. Wow, I cannot believe it. So I have to place a second one here, and then this should work. Hopefully after the cutscene I'll still be on top of the wing. Yep. So now the game still has not updated my respawn coordinates from voiding out. And I just go here, jump straight into the void, and it'll respawn me back up to where I got the Purapad. And thank you, Jake, for pointing out that the Purapad is Nintendo Switch.
Totally not Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah, sorry, you pointed out that it's not the Nintendo Switch, my bad. Okay, I think my sword has 1 durability, but that's fine, it's all I need. 1 is all you need.
1 is, in fact, all you need. Hey, it's
Yeah.
cold. You might want to do something about that.
Brr, Ilfredo. Yeah, you do need to not break the Master Sword here, because you needed to cut some ropes in the Ascend Shrine. And yeah, you can't cut ropes with a tree branch. Take notes, everybody. Normally it'd be fine here. It only loses durability if you fail cog skip. So, pretty much. It happened to take hits on those wing drops too. It doesn't always. Just depends how you land on the wing. Anyway, so I'm over here at the bottomless cave, which is arguably not bottomless anymore, but we're gonna make our way over to the first shrine of the game. So there's gonna be basically 4 shrines that we have to complete using the 4 main abilities. We're gonna have to climb this like route over here. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it in 2 jumps there. Might look a little sketchy for me getting in time, but it should be fine. You take a half heart every 10 seconds in the so it's not that fast.
Yeah, it's a lot more lenient than it is in Breath of the Wild.
So for whatever reason, the first like shrine cutscenes they don't allow you to skip. I don't know. Aonuma really wanted us to watch them. That's it. I really like the way the shrines look in this game. It's a big upgrade from Breath of the Wild, but not everybody agrees with that.
For a while, I couldn't even remember how shrines looked in Breath of the Wild. I had to
Yeah.
actually like turn on Breath of the Wild and be like, what are shrines supposed to look like?
So here Rauru meets us, and he will give us one ability back to his right arm, which is now on our body. So this is Ascend. So unlike Breath of the Wild, where all the abilities you get are kind of a little more like action combat focused, in this game they're all like a lot more like puzzly focused, and
Oh yeah,
kind of like
absolutely.
movement and puzzly focused. So Ascend we get here. This lets us go. Basically, we can go up to the ceiling and through it to the floor above, as long as it's kind of within range and flat enough. And then we got to do a shrine that kind of, you know, teaches how to use it. The shrine is like really nothing. It's just kind of using Ascend a few times. There's nothing to it. So if we have any donations or anything, I think this is a good time.
Unfortunately, we do not have anything new quite yet. Just as a reminder to everyone, we are trying to just hit $1,000 by the end of the day to celebrate during Glan's run, so you've got plenty of time, but we would like to see how much we can get, so go for it. Please keep donating. We're begging you.
Almost
Give
walked
money
off
for
there.
children.
I do really like the shrine noises that happen when you're
Yeah, too.
during this whole thing. I do think that those are an improvement over Breath of the Wild.
I really like the green aesthetic too. It's very soothing to me.
I agree.
For some reason, they
Very
make you
demure, very mindful.
yeah. For some reason, they make you watch this the first time. It takes like a minute. It's kind of annoying. What can we do? So after this, we're going to be doing the Fuse Shrine, which is meant to be done second. This was meant to be done third. So we're really just going backwards. Just because like this is the highest up one, and then the others are kind of like lower. So it works out nicer to like start high and then down low. On the way to Fuse, I'm going to be doing a little trick to get the energy cell quickly. I'll kind of explain that more getting into it. Yeah, the beginning of this run can be a little bit slow paced, but there's a lot of cool stuff on GSI, so I don't really mind it honestly.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a little bit slower paced, absolutely, but I do definitely prefer it to Plateau. Plateau's just really boring.
Yeah, so we're gonna be using a wing here to fly over to the Fuse Shrine, but first, oh, I forgot to dupe wings earlier. This is not gonna work, yeah. That was messed up.
An attempt was made, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. That probably looked really weird, but we'll make it make sense.
Yeah, what Lan is
So,
trying to do basically, he's trying to spawn this the energy cell, but he needs to be able to get another wind drop right here. What he's trying to do right here is skip a very, very long cutscene that ordinarily would be unskippable, but
arrivederci.
there we go. Good job, Glenn.
Right. So you can get the energy cell by basically trying to activate like a build Zonai device or something, which we did there by throwing a wing capsule on it. Right. There was one down below the cliff there. You're gonna have to just trust me that it was there. I don't
What's
know.
your source on that?
Just do more, I guess. I don't know. And if you don't do that, like normally you kind of have to in like casual play to get to this shrine, but if somehow you don't do it, there's a really slow cutscene that plays after the second shrine that you complete, where a steward construct like comes up to you and he's like, "Hey, I noticed you haven't gotten an energy cell yet. You should take this one. It's very useful." Or I don't even know. I've never seen it, but it's very, very slow compared to just doing that. So here we're going to get our second ability that we're collecting, which is Fuse. Fuse lets you attach objects to shields and weapons. I'm pressing the wrong button. Tell I'm very mentally alert right now. And Fuse will also let you
Lulu, has your turn.
attach objects to arrows and destroy fuse objects. So our shield right now is a flame emitter device fused to a shield, which it just started that way because that's how it spawned in. But we can't destroy the fuse object until we get fuse. Lulu did appear. She's
Yeah,
gonna
Fuse
wander
is kind
around.
of one of this game's like defining features. Like you're able to, especially within like the game itself, absolutely, but especially within the run, um, by being able to obviously fuse different objects to different weapons, or you're able to just one utilize the actual mechanic itself, but two, you're able to honestly take advantage of a lot of the glitched states that you can get from that, and a lot of those are on full display within the run. So it's a really, really important mechanic to grab.
Honestly, like a lot of things in this game are a coding wonder, especially recall. I do not understand how they programmed recall.
Yeah,
It baffles me. Like I literally work as a programmer, and it baffles me. Anyway, on the way in here, I did material sort duplication, which works in a way similarly to Zonai sort duplication. Basically, I was doing a shield surf there, which is an airborne state, which for some reason allows you to hold items. I did it again there. And then if I hold items and sort and close my inventory at the same time in that state, it will both like refund the count to that item and drop that number on the ground. So basically I was able to just like spawn 5 bombs out of nowhere.
Turns out bombs are useful.
Yeah, bombs are going to be really useful. You see I fused one to my shield, and I'm going to use it after this shrine. I mentioned that I was doing shield jumps, so if I do a shield jump and land on the ground with a bomb fused to a shield, it's going to blow up and send me like launching into the air. So it's going to be used for a lot of movement around GSI. Yeah, imagine that, like, bombs in a Zelda game being abusable for speedruns. Never happened before. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to run over here a little bit, and I'm going to try to land kind of where the ground is sloping forward a bit, and then I can drop a wing and land right on it in order to cross this lake. This wing flight's a little annoying because there's wind, like, into me. Yeah, whatever, we're going to cross. quickly kill a Choo-Choo for Chew Jelly. Chew Jelly is going to serve two purposes here. It's going to be a monster part that we use for cooking, and later on it's going to be used for its water effects to clean sludge and stuff. Just going to take a new shield. We'll grab a second shield here, we'll need it later. This part coming up makes me pretty sad, but it is the best way to do this section. So I'd advise you to just look away from the screen for seconds here.
Yeah, this is not an easy part to watch.
Nothing happened to that frog. He's alive. So we grab a frog, and we grab an ancient
taking a
arowana.
nap.
Frog is good for making speed food. And the arowana we're going to need later to get the Zora armor. And it's just nice to grab it now because we pass right by it. So I'm going to do a lot more material sort duping here to get a lot of frogs, which makes me very happy. I like frogs.
Yo, frogs.
Hog frog?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're going to cook the frogs.
Who let him cook?
Yeah, who let him cook? Never cook again.
For the love of God, Link, please never cook
So
again.
we're gonna get 5 triple speed up elixirs that last about 5 minutes each. Rarely you can get a duration crit on them, which makes them last 10 minutes, which is kind of nice, but not in any way required. Speed food's going to be useful for a few things. Obviously, just going faster is better, but it's going to allow us to do nicer wing drops here. So now instead of having to do a backflip wing drop, I can do whatever happened there, I guess. Yeah, I can just run and land on the wing.
Nice.
Because I move a lot faster now. And here, this is the island where the Ultra Hand Shrine is. This is normally the one you would do first, but we're gonna do it last. Just gonna ascend all the way up here. Please don't, Jake. Didn't mean it. So in here,
Turns out Ascend isn't broken at all.
yeah. So in this shrine, we're actually gonna do a particular glitch. We're gonna make use of that hard save in the intro now. I'm going to use a glitch called save load duplication. So this is going to allow me to basically transport an item that I drop into a file that I load, and it's going to spawn at the same coordinates that I dropped it. And it just so happens that because the intro is a special area with its own coordinate system separate from the overworld, just like shrines are, we can line up coordinates very close to the entrance of the shrine and close to the end of the intro.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of pretty precise inputs that Lana's about to do to grab them. We're basically going to be stealing the Master Sword that is found in the intro, which is a special instance of the Master Sword, as that sword doesn't take durability damage, but otherwise it's just as strong as the standard Master Sword that you would see in from Breath of the Wild. So it has 30 damage, it doubles its damage to 60 in the presence of evil and all that, but it just doesn't take durability damage. So we're gonna go and grab that and then take advantage of that.
So by basically transporting the boulder hammer over here, now I can do the save load dupe again. And then load back to the Ultra Hand Shrine, and it'll be on the floor. In English, it's called message not found. I'm not sure what it's called in Italian, but yeah, we call it MNF for short. You're not ever supposed to see it in a menu, so it doesn't have an actual name. Oh, it's still called message not found. Today I learned. So here, with our speed food, we can kind of just jump over the gaps, at least skip the puzzles. Some bomb jumping. Just bomb jump over this gap. And reach the end of the shrine. No ultra hands were needed in the making of this video game.
Yeah, why
That's not
Ultra
really true.
Hand
We're
when
gonna
you
use
can...
it in not too long.
I still vote for Bomb and Cross. That sounds a lot more fun. I get to say we.
Yeah. Alright, we did all 3 shrines that Raru wanted us to do. Surely we can beat GSI now. But wait, there's more.
No way. There's more in a Legend of Zelda game?
This wing drop's kind of annoying. I think this should be fine. Yes, this is good. We do a little wing drop here, basically to get across these stairs. And jump right on top. Nice and smooth. That was really good, actually.
Something that I want to discuss now, because we're going to be seeing this basically for the rest of the run, is a trick that Glenn is going to be setting up called Pocket Rocket. And Pocket Rocket is one of the main uses out of a glitch that he's going to be doing called Fuse Entanglement. Basically, the way that this gets set up is you fuse something to your equipment, except just kidding, you're not really fusing it to the equipment. By basically like holding your L button and bringing up your ability wheel, you're able to like fuse to your shield, but then switch your shield. You're basically able to, and Glenn can explain this more as this
Yeah.
happens, but
It'll be in a little bit,
you're basically allowed to hold a do shield jumps like in midair, and this is going to be one of the biggest ways to start moving around in as soon as we're off of GSI. This is going to be like super similar to wind bombs from Breath of the Wild, and it's going to be
kind of serves like the
one of
same
the
role.
one of the biggest ways to like get around. So right now, we're like Land's going to try to get across through here. Discovers that he can't. Turns out there's another shrine. Go grab recall, and then as soon as he has recall, it's going to be
Well, I already got recall, but I go to the shrine.
or not recall.
They kind of
I
split
mean,
it up, and it's kind of a cool
Yeah.
thing here. I like that they put like a little more story element to this section compared to Plateau.
Yeah.
Just like go do
Yeah,
the
my bad.
shrines.
Do the shrines, and then just kidding. Here you go.
So I'm jumping there before opening the map just to skip a little animation that happens like the first time you open the map. But that animation will never happen once I eventually get to the surface. So I only have to do it a few times. So we're back here in the Room of Awakening at the beginning, but this time I have a bomb shield, so I can just do a quick little bomb jump up here. And this is where the shrine is. You are not able to activate any shrines before visiting the Temple of Time for the first time, so that's why I didn't like activate this for the warp early. But yeah, this is the shrine where it's supposed to test your abilities. Recall. Recall lets you reverse time on a specific object. I have absolutely no idea how they programmed this ability. I literally cannot even imagine it. But no, I knew that was bad. I got too greedy. I'm gonna lose 1 billion years. Yippee. Wait for the next cycle. Maybe I'll get to do the cool strat at the end. Yeah, so if you stop these too far away from you, then Link will dive in the water instead of jump. Very annoying. Alright, can I do it? Can. Alright, there you go. As intended. Up, Lulu. She is. Alright, so we did all the shrines. In this game, they kind of make you do the shrines so that you can get a heart container to open the door. We're going to run out here just a little bit so that it starts loading the overworld. That'll make the load on this warp a little bit faster. Oh, she's a happy kitty.
Shoutouts to Lulu for being Lulu.
She kind of makes this wing drop difficult the way that my controller. So, oh yeah, did you know that you can quickly take out materials? It's, you know, thing that I've been doing since the beginning of the game. All right, that was terrible. Thank you, Lulu. Yeah. Alternative is just to send up here. And we do another quick bomb jump over here. You're supposed to use recall to like get across these gears, but you can just use bomb jump.
I do like how they kept the whole shrine, or not shrine, but praying to the goddess statue like mechanic from Breath of the Wild.
Can I chime in with a quick donation?
Yes.
We have a $25 donation from Anonymous. I'm pogging, I'm frogging, I'm pogging, I'm frogging.
Me too.
So thank you. Thank you so much for that. We are $40 away
Spingy.
from $1,000.
Yeah, definitely get those donations in. Cause.
You heard him.
Alright, so this is basically the end of GSI. We just gotta run up here and examine a yellow blob. You can skip that gap with a wing drop, but it's pretty difficult. Lose a lot of time if you mess it up, so I don't go for it yet. But yeah. So unlike Breath of the Wild, you don't just get the paraglider at the end of this beginning section. We have to do a little more for it. So we're going to be playing a little bit longer without the paraglider. But first, we're going to get the 5th ability. Yep, that's right. We're going to get auto build because we need to rebuild all our genius creations.
And like we're just hitting 37 minutes into the run, and it's like we're like technically speaking barely leaving the tutorial. So I think it's really cool how this game has been not necessarily fully explored and blown up, but like it's been delved deep, so deep into that like 37 minutes of a 3-hour run. You know, like we're almost at like quarter of the way through, and it's still just barely leaving the tutorial. So how quickly the game is able to move post this is really cool.
So here I am damaging my weapon down to 1 durability. So as we mentioned before, the message not found sword does not ever take durability damage. So I'm going to be using glitch later, which will transfer the 1 durability from this boulder hammer onto the message not found. And then it will constantly deal critical hit damage because like the last hit you do with a weapon, when it breaks, does critical hit damage. So that's like when it has 1 durability left. But because it won't actually break, doesn't mean it won't do crit damage with 1 durability. So here, grab a fairy and a zonai charge. And I'm going to be duping them a bunch because I need them. Yeah, that's fine, I think. Maybe I'm a little... So here I'm going to do the fuse entanglement that we were mentioning earlier. So basically I was able to fuse the rocket to the rusty shield, but have it drop on the ground again, and then fuse it to the tree branch. And now it's the same rocket is fused to both my shield and my weapon. So that makes it so that when I'm in the air, or I guess I don't have to be in the air, but if I like do a shield jump, it will activate that rocket as if it was like a rocket shield, but then I can cancel it immediately because it's also kind of it's like behaving as if the rocket is on the shield or the weapon, so like I can cancel it. Whereas like normally you can't cancel rocket shield use. So we're diving straight into the depths here, and we're gonna run up and get the auto build rune. That was kind of a bad fall damage I took here. Doesn't matter. It's the Grand Abandoned Central Mine? I forget exactly what it's called. Maybe the Great. Which is under the like Temple of Time on Great Plateau. Instead of the Temple of Time in the sky, because I don't know, they ran out of names to call things. And yeah, we just have to talk to this guy and he'll give us the auto build ability. So auto build basically lets you quickly rebuild large contraptions that you built with Ultra Hand. So for casual play, it's meant to be like you can design, you know, vehicles or battle robots or whatever and rebuild them. But we're not gonna quite do that. We're gonna obviously break this ability in half. We're going to be making use of a glitch called Auto Build Cancel and a consequential glitch off that called, I always mess this map up, called Auto Build Cancel Slide. So first we're going to warp up to the Ultrahan Shrine, and then we're going to set this up. We're going to set up a little contraption with 2 wings, and this contraption is going to let us go really fast around the world throughout the whole run. And then finally we'll be going to Lookout Landing as the game wants us to do. I'm going to take 2 wings, and I'm going to prop it up against this wall here, put it at an angle, and then take the other one and put it like kind of here at an angle in front of it. And then what I can do is I can do this glitch called Auto Build Cancel, where basically I like open the menu, the Auto Build menu, while closing it, and that lets me basically get into a state where it has the ghost contraption floating in front of me, but I'm not actually in the state of using auto build. And then I can use another wing, use Ultra Hand, push it towards me, get on it, and now the game is constantly trying to push away this like ghost build while I'm riding it, so it's just moving me very quickly.
Yeah, this one's going to be more of like BLSS from Breath of the Wild. Because you're just constantly moving super quickly, and you want to get around the map. And yeah, I do like the comparisons and like the different tricks to get around the map a bunch of different places. Nice shield surf, Glenn.
Yeah, a little optimization there to initiate a shield surf right before you hit the ground, and it saves like a slow damage animation from hitting the ground. So we have to do a little quest here before we get the paraglider. We have to meet Pura, and then go talk to Hawes at the castle and come back to Pura. Also, I love Pura. She's the best.
Pura is pretty based, actually.
Yeah, she had a glow up in this game.
Yeah. You mean from being like an 8-year-old child? Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Very much.
Yeah, she went from deviant art material to like
deviant art.
Jesus.
A different kind of deviant art material.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, so we're gonna do another ABCS here. Auto Build Cancel has the wonderful acronym of ABC. The auto build cancel slide is ABCS, so I know my ABCs. So here, we're going to be diving down here, and in this state I can also do material sort dupe, so I'm going to grab a few more chargers like this. It takes a second to load in the guys anyway. Hosta.
Did you hear they changed the alphabet song?
Maybe?
Because kids thought LMNOP was a letter.
I did not hear
So-
that.
I didn't hear that either.
They
Wow.
changed the cadence of the song.
That's wild. What?
Yeah, I know. Kids are stupid, so we gotta change the song. Hang on. Let me find the new alphabet cadence.
New alphabet cadence.
Alright, so here I'm gonna use another speed elixir, so I can do another quick wing drop. Because we're gonna go across the gap here, and we're going to grab the Highlane shield. So something I didn't mention about Pocket Rocket earlier is that every time you do a rocket boost with it, it damages your shield on durability. Which most shields don't really have enough durability to be able to use this for very long, except the Highlane shield has like 800 durability or something like that, or 900, I don't remember exactly, but many hundreds of durability.
Many hundreds, exactly.
Are you ready for this new alphabet song?
Sure.
A B
Molo.
C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. Now I never will forget how to say the alphabet.
Huh.
I don't like it.
Objectively worse.
Yeah.
Teach kids that LMNOP is not a word.
Yeah, that's I don't like it.
Being a teacher in America sucks, but I'm just saying. Y'all can't teach kids that what words are? This
True.
looks important. I'm sorry.
It's okay. This is difficult ABCS here. Made it. You gotta go under a stalactite and then quickly pull up. Not hit the cliff. We're gonna just get back to lookout landing here. Talk to Pura again. And coming up here, I'm gonna be doing some complicated menuing glitches. Which are going to be basically two different things. One called zuggling and one called weapon state transfer. Zuggling is so called because it bears similarity to weapon smuggling from Breath of the Wild. And the discoverer's name started with a Z, not a Z, a Z. Because I'm running the show right now. So it's zuggling.
Right.
So what zuggling allows you to do is it allows you to basically like glue extra copies of equipment onto Link's body. And they are functional equipment too. But you can also then drop the copies, so it's a way to duplicate equipment on top of that. So first I'm going to be doing that with the Highlane shield to get one extra copy of it. I'm not sure if I like Italian Pura as much as English. Gotta be honest. Oh, that was weird. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be pulling up the map rune, but right before I'm going to drop my shield where I can't drop it, and then change it, and then drop the new one that's equipped. So now you can see I have an extra Highlane shield on my back. I'm going to set up for weapon state transfer, which I don't understand how this works. I'm just pressing the buttons. I'm assuming that worked. I'm not used to what the message looks like in Italian. Yeah, so now you can see that the message not found is damaged because it's flashing red. So that means that the weapon state transfer worked. And now I'm going to use zuggling again to glue 8 message not founds to my hand.
And quite literally glue.
Yeah. They will always be there in cutscenes. They cannot be put away. However, they are active. They are able to damage enemies, and they will never break because sword never loses durability. It's at this point in the run where you may start to notice my CRT humming. Don't worry about that. Oh, whoops. I feel like I didn't do it enough times. It's quieter than normal. That's a joke that I say when people ask what's the humming sound. So
Lan, what's that humming?
the message not found, at a certain point in the intro it starts humming quietly, which you can't really hear, but you can hear when there's 8 of them. Actually, this does sound right. I'm gonna go with it. I'm pretty sure I counted correctly. If I didn't, I'll find out and I'll fix it. Yes, so by completing all this, Per will give us the paraglider. But we don't actually like need the paraglider. That's not why we're doing this. I mean, it's very nice to have. But we have to go through all this to get Pura to start the regional phenomena quest, which is just required to basically do the dungeon quests. From what I've heard, technically it is possible to sequence break it for 4 of the dungeons, but not Spirit Temple. I don't know anything about it. I just trust that it's required. Also, the tower
Link
cut
just
seems
stabbed
pretty cool.
himself in the head or in the body.
Yeah,
by the
Link
way.
stabs himself a lot.
It's not very healthy, I would say.
We're still Peter Pantsless, I see.
Yeah, I'm never gonna get any pants. Don't worry about that.
Damn.
I will get a shirt though. You have to have a shirt. We're literally required to wear a shirt to do all dungeons.
That's funny.
Yeah, the towers are really cool in this game. I like them. Yes, we will be getting Zora armor. But Zora armor is not actually required. You are required to have a shirt to get into the Gerudo Town shelter. If you're not wearing a shirt, they will instantly throw you in jail.
For decency?
I don't know, I guess.
They're willing to look the other way on you being a Vo. But can you at least put a shirt on?
Sorry, Joshua. So now we are going to continue not going to dungeons. It's like the thing to do. Uh-oh, this is bad. Alright, we're fine. So I'm going to Goron City right now. So we're doing a little detour. It's not exactly a detour. We're kind of splitting up the Goron and Zora quests into 2 parts. The reason for this is the first time you go to one of the like 4 towns of the other races, you'll get a forced blood moon trigger. And Goron City is the only one that doesn't extend high enough that, yeah, it has a low enough upper boundary that you can like reasonably fly over it. Because if you fly right into the trigger while ABCSing, you'll get kicked off. And they're very large triggers. So we're going here, and then first of all we'll go here. And set up a pocket rocket with this rocket on the ground. And then dive into the Blood Moon trigger. So now all the other towns are safe. We can go fine. But we're going to activate the shrine here, because we will be coming back later. We're not going to do this all right now, because we're not really properly equipped yet. We're just going to start the quest here.
Yeah, we basically do like half of the quest now, and then the rest of it when we come back properly equipped.
We just got to talk to this guy. He's baked out of his mind on marbled rock roast. So all the 4 towns have been cursed with various things that have happened since the upheaval. Ganondorf reawoken. In this case, Unova was possessed and harvesting this corrupted food that makes all the Gorons crazy. You'll be solving it later. So, in many ways, this game really is the Majora's Mask to Breath of the Wild. This is one of them, with the 4 cursed areas that get fixed when you do the thing. So we're gonna do another slide here. We're gonna go over to Zora's Domain. Do part of that quest too. We want to do this just because like we're already in the east part of the world, so it's nice to just go to Zora's Domain now. The slide is a little finicky, but I think we're on a pretty good angle here. Sometimes the camera will freak out. I don't know if that counts as like a flashing lights thing, but it would only be for like a split second. It does happen. Yes, good. Good angle. Zora's Domain has been cursed to be covered in poop, and we have to clean up the poop by throwing water at it. So we talked to Yona here. Yona is Sidon's fiance, I think, or wife, I don't remember.
Isn't that us?
I mean, I wish. Yeah, she doesn't really know who you are until you clean off the statue, and she's like, oh, you're the guy from the statue. You know? You just look just like him, naked. 8 swords glued to your hand.
That they don't remember anything that we did in Breath of the Wild at all.
Okay, Yona wasn't there, at least.
Nobody.
That's kind of one of my big issues with this game.
But
like,
yeah,
just as a, from a casual standpoint.
That was my biggest issue with this game, is they didn't tie it into Breath of the Wild super well.
Like,
even though it's
supposed to be a sequel. Exactly, it's supposed to be a sequel, and it feels very much like a standalone game.
Yeah, it's like.
I mean, I like the
busy.
story, but they needed more tie-in.
Yeah, like there's no divine beasts. There's no mention of the champions. Like the champion weapons are in the game, but it's like.
Well, there's the divine beast helmets are in the game.
Them. The divine beast helmets are in the game, but they tie them that way by like saying that they were worn by like the ancient sages or something, and it's just like, I guess question mark, but.
Alright, that was a weird angle. Sure. We got up here with a slide, just like in Goron City. That's very helpful, thank you. This is a game of incredible moments. You never know what's gonna happen. I'll activate that shrine, we can work back here later. Talk to Sidon, and then we're gonna go basically through this quest up to getting the King Scales. This is one of the longer quests. Which, I mean, I guess compensates for in Breath of the Wild. The entire quest is just sitting through 2 cutscenes. For the Zoras.
I just want to remind everybody we're $40 away from $1,000. We can do this. I believe in everybody. Come on. Y'all got fish hooks in your pocket. Get the fish hooks out of your pocket. They hurt when you stick your hand in there. We got this. Day 1. Woo!
So you just do a little more pocket rocket movement over here. Clean off this slate. Put in the thing. I guess I can talk a little bit more about like pocket rocket movement. So rockets have an amount of fuel, and on 1.1, it actually does consume fuel from the rocket every time you use pocket rocket boosts. So we have to be a little bit mindful of how many uses they have. And also, the inputs for them is that you have to like initiate a shield surf and then cancel it. So if you mess the inputs up and mess up canceling it, then it'll just kind of burn out your rocket. So that's really annoying, especially in this early part of the game where you don't like have more rockets to use. Like we're limited to just the ones that we find on the ground. And that beat meant it was running low. But we're fine. Okay, the Italian King Zora actually, like, legitimately sounds like he's dying.
Yeah, I was about to comment on that.
Squama del Rey. Alright, so now that we did that, now we'll finally actually work our way towards the first dungeon, which is going to be Spirit Temple, which normally is the last dungeon you would do if you kind of just followed the quests and like the game suggestions properly. But you are free to do it in any order. It doesn't take any sort of glitch to do it out of order, although we will be using a glitch to skip one little part of it. But the reason why we're doing this one first is that we'll just basically get all the supplies that we need for the rest of the run on the way. Oh, I hate that. I hate that very much. Why? Dude. Oh, this is awful. Alright, well, roll with this, I guess. As I said, this is a game of incredible moments happening. Yep. Sure, man. Can I... Alright, anyway, we're going from here down to Dragonhead Island, which is in the Thunderhead. As I said,
What game of all time?
yeah, you can do this dungeon out of order. You're completely free to. There is somewhat of a limiting factor to it normally, which is that you need 10 hearts to open the door to get in, but I'm not going to be opening that door. I don't feel like it. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be setting up our clipping machine over here. So there's 2 steering sticks here, and I'm going to grab 1, 2, use them together like this. Let me just make sure it looks right then. So 2 steering sticks fused together like that. And then if I auto build cancel with this, I can actually ride the ghost, and it just kind of pushes me through walls. So now I'm inside. You can even get in here glitchless without opening the door. It's just kind of like a precise ascend off a wing. But clipping is fast. It is not. So we have to carry Miru's mask all the way down into the depths. So it's going to make us do a bunch of annoying stuff. Actually, let me sort like... So we're going to be able to use auto build cancel not only to do these fun glitches and stuff, but also to just carry items with us quickly. So that's not good. So we're just going to have that build, and then yeah, now we're just carrying those 2 items with us. It's a very nice way to carry Mineru's mask, because it's very annoying to carry in normal. And we're going to come down here and fight a Lionel. That's kind of annoying. And because we have so many message not founds stuck to our hands, he kind of just dies.
Can I get a quick donation in?
Yes.
We got $15 from Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous. There was no message.
Nice.
They did vote for grilled pineapple chunk. So grilled pineapple chunk is only $20 away from beating hamburger. If you don't want the official Speed Dogs burger to be made of pineapple, get those donations in. We are $25 away from $1,000.
Nice. Alright, I did a few things there. One is I picked up the Savage Lionel bow and I did a bow dupe, where basically I had bow unequipped and I basically just kind of confused the game. I tricked it. Where am I going? I feel like I'm not going. Oh. Maybe it just didn't load in? Oh no. No! I hate this game. That's why I'm speedrunning it in a marathon. I swear it just didn't load in. Anyway, we're gonna grab a topaz, which is gonna be really useful. Because it's definitely not only one topaz. And a royal halberd. Which we're gonna be using the royal halberd for a lot of stuff. And it's especially nice that it's a royal halberd, because later on we're gonna pick up another one, and it's gonna save us from having too many new weapon texts pop up. That is ascend, not auto build. Let's try this thing. Apparently... No, you know what? I don't know why people say that... Do this the whole... And anyway, from the Lionel, I also picked up a white mane Lionel... Wait. What the hell is it called? I can't think of the name.
Lionel Horn or something?
White mane Lionel Saberhorn, that's what it's called. It's a very easy name to remember, it rolls right off the tongue. Which is one of the most powerful fuse items you can get in the game, which gives 44 attack power. Which, for reference, the base damage of the Master Sword is 30. So, it's a lot. You know, the sword that seals the darkness, that definitely doesn't shatter so easily against Ganondorf's power. And so now to start Construct Factory, we just have to place Minoru's mask in the head hole.
Yeah, Construct Factory is going to be an interesting little area here.
Yeah.
We're basically going to be able to take advantage of our ABCs here again, and just I'm sure if anyone's played this game casually, it's kind of they know it's kind of an issue and kind of an annoying thing to constantly going around these four little puzzles and trying to assemble Minoru and all of that. But what Lan's about to do, it not only does he do it so quickly, but what Lan is about to do is just kind of trivializes all of that, and it feels good to just kind of not do the work.
We're gonna break this entirely. This is kind of like the dungeon proper for Spirit Temple, so the dungeons still kind of follow the like terminals formula in this. So in this, but they all kind of have like a slight gimmick to them. This one we have to basically bring the different parts to build Minoru's body. And then for each one, you are supposed to get locked into the depot and then have to kind of go through some puzzles to get out with the box. We're gonna not even remotely do this as intended. She sounds very Italian.
Questa è la mia richiesta per te, Link. Cavaliere che protegge Zelda.
So we're gonna go to the first one here. This one has a device dispenser in it, which we'll use to get more rockets. So here we get this first box. You'll see the gates close behind me and open up on the other side. This one's pretty quick to get through. You get to use pocket rocket, but in general, supposed to kind of carry them through with Ultra Hand. Gonna be switching to the spear as our rocket holder. That's annoying. I did not mean to use that many. That's fine though. So it's random what comes out of this. There's like, each one has like a subset of items you can get, but it's random what you get. So occasionally you can get unlucky and not get a rocket. There's one. I'll pick up the other one too. A Razzo, I don't know. So here we're gonna make use of ABC again. If I attach this to a rocket, that was kind of weird. Instead of pocket rocket there. So if I attach the box to a rocket, then I can just ABC and carry it with me, just like I did with Minoru's mask. Have to be a little careful because it can get stuck on corners and stuff, but usually it does make its way through. What am I doing right now? There it is, it's following me. It's very low though, I don't like that.
Yeah, like why deal with the issue of going through and solving the puzzle when you can simply bring the puzzle to the location it needs to go?
Okay, it caught up with me in height, that's good. So I need to set it down here. So here I'm going to make use of fuse entanglement again. So I'm going to drop my shield there so that the one with the pocket rocket is still actively loaded in the world. And then we'll be fuse entangling a wing onto my wooden shield. And use it to jam the door. So what happens is normally when you activate these terminals to spawn in the box, the game kind of despawns everything to prevent you from using items to jam the gates open. But because I fuse entangled the wing to my shield, the game is now considering it to basically be part of Link, and it doesn't get despawned, so it can just sit there and jam the door open. And we don't have to do the puzzle at all. We'll just go right out the front door. Here we came in. Latch it onto there. And then I just have to unequip this shield. I can pick up my pocket rocket again. Yeah, the device dispensers are pretty funny, like big gumball machines. So here, we'll do some more Zonai sort duplication to get more rockets. And more wings. That should be good. And then the most annoying part is figuring out how to rotate these things so they go in. Can only relate to video game characters if they don't wear pants. Well, it's a good day for you then. Why did the box not open? Please. There we go.
Hai ritrovato un'altra parte.
We got the two legs, now we need to do the two arms. Yeah, I mean, you didn't even need to pay for me to not wear pants this time. The other run you did. That's not the one I want to drop. Wait, no, that is the one. Look, I'm tired. Anyway, same deal. The nice thing about fuse entanglement is that it doesn't matter if the thing you're trying to, like the new thing you're trying to fuse to already has something fused to it, it just overwrites it. It will just overwrite the wing that was already on the shield. This segment is actually like fairly difficult to do optimally because it is really an ABC skill check. Only in Tears of the Kingdom and Kindergarten do you get that.
And Kindergarten, yeah. Like Lan said, it's if you're having trouble.
That is
struggle. By the way, if you're struggling with ABC, then you're gonna have a hard time doing this.
I put that thing in a really bad spot. Very but it's fine. So do that, drop my shield again, and then just have to do this again. And jam it open. Alright, perfect. Box. Ever wonder why they made a factory to build this one construct?
I just find it interesting that there was an entire depths area. I to this day I still struggle with like the depths is pretty cool and all, but I still struggle with like how it's even a thing.
Yeah. The depths is pretty cool. I spent a lot of time here.
Same. It's funny because at first I was like, I can't stand this area. It's difficult. It's scary and all that kind of stuff. And then I proceeded to map it all.
Probably not obvious from this, but the arms and legs are specifically her right arms and right legs. They aren't interchangeable. I just happen to know which is which based on the shape of the box or the way that I have them fused together. So here we get Minoru. This is kind of the first time we'll have like a Sage partner, which was a new thing in this game and really half-baked. It's very annoying more than anything. Minoru in particular is very garbage, but she does have her uses in speedruns. Because remember how I mentioned about, maybe I didn't, but to do material sort duplication you need to be in an airborne state where Link can hold items. Well, it just so happens that riding Minoru is one of those states. So she makes duping items very quick and easy. Which we will see after she stops talking to me. Also, you'll notice in this cutscene that she just walks over Link. Link is like right in front of her. And then she just kind of like walks. And then he's still standing in the same spot. Minoru is really not good. But yeah, we're gonna be duping some stuff. We'll dupe that and dupe the Lionel Horn and wait. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. Whatever. That's good enough. We just need a few topazes, and the main thing is we need to dupe the Lionel Horn once. and just like a few favorites and stuff. So now we have to go to the actual Spirit Temple to fight the boss, and this involves an ABCS in the dark, where nothing is visible, which is pretty difficult. And not only that, we have to go over a cliff. So, yeah, up and over.
Excuse me.
Yeet. Alright, and then to spawn in Minoru, we just kind of pull out the scope, and then she'll spawn in there. Very handy. You do actually have to bring her up the stairs. Tempio dello Spirito. Alright, so the boss here is pretty cool casually. It's supposed to be like rock'em sock'em robots, you know? You had two robots duking it out. But we're not gonna do that. Instead, I'm going to just stab him a bunch and then they'll die.
Shoutouts to stabbing the bad guy.
Yeah. I need to have Minoru to get down here, and then all we gotta do is... So we're gonna get in the boss, and we're going to fuse one of the Lionel horns to the spear. And what happens is when you fuse an object to a weapon while you have juggled weapons, it adds the damage to all of them. So that's 44 damage from the horn added to the spear, but then it's also added to all 8 of my swords, but all 8 of my swords are dealing double damage on top of that. So you can get the calculator out and figure out how much extra damage per hit that is. Oh, that was a perfect time for my rocket to run out, actually.
Right, or if you're too lazy to do the math on it, it translates to a metric ton of damage.
Yes, it's a lot. So we're gonna
boatload, if you will.
just one of those. Stun the guy. Did I not drop it? Oh, yes, I didn't. Okay, whatever. That worked, I guess. Yeah, so you're supposed to fight this boss, like, with Minoru, and, like, punch him and make him hit the fences to take a lot of damage. But instead, I'm just gonna deal 17 times 44 plus change damage per hit.
Yeah. It's kind of insane how much damage you're able to do here.
His hitbox is kind of wonky, so he doesn't always like die from your hits, but worst case, like you just end up getting him into the fence and he dies. Anyway, so yeah. So that's just a taste of kind of how bosses go in this game. That's a nice rocket you got there. So there are rockets after that fight, and they kind of go flying in random directions. Sometimes they go in your path, and you get to just use them to make a new pocket rocket. You're dropping your own. So here we have the very fun skip 2 cutscenes, mash text, skip cutscene, mash text, skip cutscene, mash text. Get the spirit vow, close memories menu. A very well-known and famous part of this video game. So every dungeon you beat, I mean other than Hyrule Castle, you get the Vow of a Sage, and they'll like spawn in and fight beside you, but they're really just good at getting in your way, or just not doing what you want them to, and they're not really that helpful. Their best use is kind of like they like distract enemies so that you don't have to deal with them. Anyway, we get an ancient blade here. This guy just gives us one for free. And And the Ancient Blade is very much like Ancient Arrows in Breath of the Wild. You infuse it to an arrow, and then it does kind of the same thing. It just like one-shots weaker enemies or does a lot of damage to bosses, stuff like that. You can technically put them on weapons too, but they break in one hit, so... Or you can throw them. Throwing them is fun. We're not going to use them for quite a while. Not till, like, the end of the run. But that's basically, like, all the supplies that we want from Spirit Temple. Now we're going to work on the other dungeons. And Water Temple will be the first one that we do. So, continuing the quest here, we have to shoot the King Scales through the teardrop. To open the waterworks. Now, technically speaking, the Water Temple is just up in the sky, and we could just get up there on our own, but you can't actually do the dungeon without having Sidon with you. That goes for any dungeon. You, like, have to have the sage with you, whatever character, whomever. The minerals spawn in here when I hit the ground. It takes a bit for them to load in. So we're able to get up there first, but she'll spawn in now. And now we basically have to listen to Sidon and Yona fight. Bicker.
They're fighting about their undying love for Link.
Yeah. Oh no, what is this? We got the Sludge Lake here, so it's like a little mini boss. He's pretty quick to take care of, especially when you have 8 Master Swords. 8 message not founds. Yeah, it's a giant.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what do you
monster.
mean Master Swords? That's a message not found.
So we hit it with Sidon's water bubble to clean it, throw Topaz to stun it, and then shoot its tongue and hit it. There's a bit of RNG in the way it can fall. Usually it kind of falls generally there, sometimes it goes like straight backwards. It's really annoying. So here, Sidon doesn't want to go because worried about Yona, and she's like, "No, you gotta go. I'm fine. Stop treating me like a child."
While this is going on, if we have any new donations or
Yeah.
any updates on anything, this would be a really good time to do that.
We have gotten $10 from Mike Hawk. And that's
Mike
about
Hawk? I love that guy.
it. Yeah, Mike Hawk. You know, related to Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
I was wondering if there were any resemblance there.
Yeah. It means we are also only $15 away from our $1,000 goal for the evening. So,
Nice. Yeah, we should hit that $1,000 goal, I think.
definitely should hit that $1,000. So, please feel free.
Wait, she just said
to,
CC. CC Neverender reference?
CC Neverender. Hog.
She says yes, yes in English a lot, so I guess in Italian it's CC.
CC, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna just make a new rocket here. I feel like... Oh, I was supposed to just drop this. Dude. Oh, this. I... Alright, cool. Is finally wearing a shirt. It's true. Traded our ancient arowana for the Zora armor. Sidon opens up the waterworks with the power of being a Giga Chad.
Shoutouts to me and a Giga Chad, by the way.
True. Okay, so we gotta just go through this little cave here. There's kind of a puzzle here where you like open water sources and raise the water level, but we don't really need to do that when we can just... Yeah. Do that. So all of this is required just to get Sidon to go up to the water temple. If we didn't have to get him to go up, like we would just be up there already. But no. Vieni.
Vieni. Vieni da me.
So the Zora armor lets us climb up waterfalls, which makes sense. But then we're going to be getting up to the Wellspring Island area where the water temple is. And this is a one of the special areas in the sky where it's low gravity. That lets us kind of get a little more efficient use of a pocket rocket. But it also means some movement stuff. Be a little more punishing if you make mistakes. Okay. That was weird, but we got there. And I just have to hit like these different triggers. Open the water temple, but I'm gonna go a different way. I'm gonna go this way. So right on the right side here, there's a bit of a puzzle, which we're gonna solve by using bullet time. Oh, okay, that worked on the gamer. That lowers the water level down there, and what that's going to allow me to do is right after I kind of activate this first terminal to like initiate the dungeon proper, I'll be able to just activate Sidon's water bubble and carry it all the way up to that terminal. So I guess I'll talk more kind of about the dungeon structure here. So as I mentioned, like they kind of still follow this like I activate the terminals thing, but all of them are activated by the sage's different abilities. So like in this one, there's like water turbines, and we have to hit it with like a water slash from having Sidon's bubble active. So that means that in all the dungeons, like we need to have the sage with us to be able to activate the terminals, and that can pose a bit of a problem at times because sometimes they can be a little uncooperative, spawning near you when you kind of just go off on your own path. Water Temple has 4 terminals to activate, which we will all complete in
Quella che vedi
various
è la
creative
sorgente
ways.
dell'acqua pura degli Zora.
I already talked
Usa il
about
tuo
this first
potere
one
con
here, but
intelligenza. Così attiverai le 4
so here we
valvole
need more water
e
to clean
potrai
up the poop.
raccogliere l'acqua che ti serve.
It's like
Segui queste mie
live
indicazioni.
footage of after eating Taco Bell. Yeah, so there we just get to carry the bubble up, get over here quickly, and slash it. Which is a strat I kind of came up with like a couple weeks ago. Otherwise, you would have had to wait on side-on. Very slow and annoying. So here there's a whole puzzle to get into this one, but I'm not going to do it. Instead, I'm going to go down on this pillar here and use Ascend. That's it. Not even a glitch. Where am I? And if you're inside without opening the gate proper, it just kind of opens up for you, but as soon as you step outside, it will close again. So I can just use the scope to get side onto me quickly. And there we go. So for this one, you're supposed to basically bring that ball up from the left to open the gate, which we're not going to do, but we do have to lower the water level here, but we can do this in a bit of a creative way. Just drop a rocket and attach the wall to it, like the panel, and it'll stay open because the rocket's on the ground. I'm going to go under here,
Yeah,
drop a wing.
this little area is really cool to do. This whole ascend area, or like what you just did, and the whole low gravity of the tunnel of the temple, a really unique take on a water temple, in my opinion.
Can you just get up? Like, he doesn't even know how to walk upstairs.
I
I
don't
don't think he was gonna keep Yona very safe. He doesn't even know how to walk upstairs. Yeah, and then go down here, and this is just another quick ascend into here. I mean, Sidon is a himbo. Like, this is a universally agreed upon fact, so it's understandable. So we gotta hit that switch, and as I said before, I can't leave this area, the gate will close, but we can throw a device capsule on it to trigger it. Easy peasy. And that's the last one. Now we just have to fight the boss. The boss of this dungeon is... I like him a lot. He's just a little guy.
Same. It's just a dude.
Not super difficult either. Be a little slower than I'm used to because my rocket's about to die, but it's fine. A little galoot. Yeah, he's a little galoot. So he starts off in the poop shark, and then we just clean up with side on. And hit him a couple times, and that's it. His health bar just melts away. Look at him, he's just a little guy. I can't even bear to hit him. Like, look at him.
ma è ovunque. Usiamo l'acqua per spazzarla via.
That actually hit. Alright. Get off Minoru.
Pazzesco, Link!
Oh god, dude, this is bad.
Può nuotare nella
Time to do this.
così non riusciremo mai a raggiungerlo.
That did not what I wanted.
All'attacco!
Alright, well, that happened. It's fine. Little guy down.
This dungeon and this boss very much makes me think of the N64 Legend of Zelda games, with how just kind of out there they were, and I really liked it a lot.
Yeah. Sleeping on my desk. She's not sleeping, she's staring at
Menacingly?
Kind of. We had a lot of cutscenes. Yeah. And a lot of loading time. Favorite N64 Zelda dungeon. I don't know. I never finished Majora's Mask, but Great Bay Temple's really.
Yeah, so now after all these little cutscenes, we're gonna be making our way back to Goron City, and just gonna be doing that little area, because remember we already took care of like
Yeah.
some of the segments from there, so we're able to just go back in there and take out the rest of it.
Yeah. The Goron quest is pretty short.
I did notice that, like when I was playing the game, I did think it was short, especially compared to like the Zora quest or the Rito quest.
Yeah, the Zora one's very long. The Rito one is actually pretty long too. I kind of forget about that because we don't really do it properly
True.
in the run. Like going through all the caves and stuff, we don't do that. So Sidon's gonna become the new king. One day he will be very large and in charge, like the former King Dorphin. So here, basically, all we're gonna have to do is fight Yunobo, fight like a couple bosses really, and then get down to the Fire Temple. The first fight with Yunobo here is going to be completely trivialized by Minoru. Basically, like he charges at you and you have to have him hit the wall. If you're riding Minoru, he just can't hit you. And he just hits the wall. Now another cool thing we get to make use of is inside the caves is super hot and fiery, but the only way that that kind of environment deals damage to you is by making you light on fire. However, you cannot light on fire if you have the wet status, which just so happens to be given by Sidon.
Yeah, it's kind of funny too. Just like I remember when I was first playing this game, that I would constantly, like, I would go swimming, or like I would use Sidon, and like he would be Link would be dripping that water afterwards, and I thought it was a glitch, and I would like try to like restart the game and everything, but it's a genuine state that we're able to take advantage of like a lot, especially in the Goron section of the run, because so it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. So it really saves a ton on the amount of fairies we would use here compared to like this part of Breath of the Wild. We're actually going to use most of our fairies in the Rito section, in the cold. Here we just get to ride Minoru, and because we're riding Minoru, we're going to take this opportunity to do a bunch of duping. And fail at it, because I'm bad. We need a lot of topazes. We need at least 35. I think I'm going to go up to 40 just to be safe. Oh, I got him stuck. Oh no. This has happened before. For once in a marathon, this has happened before. Oh yeah, I also need to dupe Ancient Blades. How could I get that? I dupe 2 of those. Should probably hit Yanomo. This is going very well. So I'm just gonna... I think that's all I really need. Other than more Ancient Blades. Wait, what am I doing? Alright, I'm good to go here. One item. That was kind of a mess, but whatever. I'm unfortunately very used to what Yanobo sounds like in Italian. Because Italian is the fastest language for Breath of the Wild all dungeons. Oh no, we're trapped. What are we going to do?
Oh no.
I don't know why Italian Yanobo, like, why they made him sound like he's 8 years old, but it sure was a decision they made. Maybe not even 8, maybe like 4. Alright, so now I gotta fight, and people might get mad at me pronouncing it this way, but Marigia. I don't know, people pronounce this boss in all sorts of weird ways, but that's just what occurred to my brain when I read it. This fight's kinda cool. We gotta go up Death Mountain, so obviously we're going to revert to our ABCs. Up here. This might be a pretty good position, actually. Yep, Link is chilling up there. Alright, so this is kind of a cool fight. You're meant to like fly a plane and shoot Yanobo, at these, but we're not gonna fly a plane exactly. We're gonna use our pocket rocket again. Who could have seen that one coming? That might be a little far. That's not what I want. Okay. Sure, man. Oh, sorry, we're fighting Ilvarub. My mistake.
My mistake.
Yeah, so Yunobo instantly teleports to you whenever you're riding a vehicle. So it could be a wing, or like anything with like a steering stick attached to it or something.
Yeah,
But
it
the
can
main
get
thing
kind of
is
annoying at
on
times
wings.
because, like, no matter what, you're on a cart, a wing, like anything, like Unobo will appear, and at times it's like
Yeah.
you don't want him there, but he'll be there. But you know how to like take advantage of it.
Yeah, which we'll be taking advantage of it in Fire Temple for sure. Because as I mentioned before, like you want to have them be with you so that you can hit all the terminals. So for Yonobo and also Tulin later, who have like guaranteed ways that we can summon them close to us, it's very nice. Eat. You ever jump into a volcano? I haven't. Link has. He's jumped into this volcano twice.
Man, it's the definition of insanity. Doing things expecting different results.
Alright, we need our buddy Sidon to show up here. So I can get wet. Yonobo, big guy, can you not stand right in front of me? Thank you. So I don't think I really actually mentioned that every time I do an ABC is a frame perfect input. 30 FPS, which isn't like that bad, but it's annoying enough that you miss it a lot. We're just gonna make our way over to Fire Temple here. Fire Temple is kind of the most tragic dungeon because it has very cool strats, but is very ruined by being very laggy and eating your inputs.
Yeah, plus this temple is very spread out, so it's very difficult to properly like climb it if you're not being careful with where you're placing things.
But we are gonna have to use Yunobo to hit all the terminals here, and we're gonna be making use of wings again to instantly summon him to us. But the lag is really annoying because it can eat your B inputs to cancel rockets, like cancel shield surfing pocket rockets. So you can just kind of like randomly burn up your rocket because the game felt like lagging. What do you mean I play a lot of games with minecart sections? So I kind of just go under here. It's a little bit faster than breaking the rock with Yonobo to go in the main entrance. And also way more swag. I don't like minecarts, actually. Minecarts are usually awful. Hi, Lulu. Being all cute. Here, maybe we'll show Lulu. There she is.
Oh my goodness, it's Lulu.
Ascolta, roccia della mia roccia.
Lulu is the real star of the show.
Il portale
Yeah, even
che
though
stai
she's not on
cercando di
camera and not
attraversare
playing the game
è chiuso
and not in the
saltuariamente con
voice
5
call,
lucchetti. Se userai con intelligenza
she has a
il
little
tuo
desk
potere,
bed because
sbloccherai
otherwise
tutti
she
i
would be
cicli
lying right
e
in front of
potrai
me.
aprire il portale.
I had to give her space
If
to
we
lie
hit
down.
$1,000, if we hit $1,000, we can trick Glenn into moving his camera so all we can see is Lulu's desk bed.
I don't think I actually can do that, like, physically. My cable isn't long enough. Sorry to
Damn.
break it to you. Alright, so we gotta get
New
wet
fundraiser
side
goal,
on.
buy Glenn a camera with a longer cord so we can look at the cat.
So this one has 5 terminals, like water, which had 4. Here, we're gonna line up here and drop a wing that it goes towards here. Fire Yunobo twice real quick. Careful not to go too far into the room, otherwise it'll trigger a really annoying cutscene that will actually pull Yunobo out of rolling if you hit it like after firing him. It's very annoying. Go all the way up here. Drop a wing here. And luckily, if you drop a wing while you're kind of like standing still on the glider, it won't have enough momentum to... Or it'll have like very little momentum so that you can get onto it. So far, nothing too bad has happened. Usually it's the second half where something bad happens. At $1,000, we make Lulu bigger.
We made Lulu.
How do you
bigger.
intend
Oh,
to
no.
do that? She's a small kitty. Should be fine. For lots of treats. She'll get some. She actually doesn't really like most treats for some reason. She just like won't eat them. There's one kind she does like though. Here, you're supposed to like go up high and fall into this room, and then this switch will open the gate to get out. But you can just hit it with bomb arrows. So we do that. You do have to fire quickly because the bombs blow up very fast. Because of the fiery air. But in bullet time, you do have enough time to shoot them.
Yeah, it turns out
Thank
bullet
you
time
for
is
the
a
good luck,
pretty good mechanic.
P10 CJ. Yeah, slowing down time, pretty good. What is going on? I don't want to be here at all. I was about to say it was a really good fire temple, and then I grabbed that wall. That was actually a very good fire temple, though. Very little disasters. So we don't actually have to open the gate here. We can just clip through. You do have to still do all the terminals, otherwise the boss won't spawn. But... set up a new rocket on my shield here. This one's not a pocket rocket, it's just a normal rocket shield. Because we want to go up high into the air to shoot this boss. So this is Marbled Goma. Allegedly, this boss does take actions that are of danger to Link, but I have yet to see them. he's dead. That's the power of triple topaz shots.
Quite literally triple topaz
I
shots.
guess I never really talked about it, but something most people won't really know from playing casually is that the gems do these like massive elemental explosions because they're so valuable you wouldn't really like use them for that. But yeah, they do if you throw them or shoot them on arrows. They just do these massive explosions. And it's very useful in runs when we can just duplicate them and have as many as we want. So honestly, that was like a pretty good fire temple, all in all. Having that wall was annoying, but like, I cannot emphasize enough how bad that dungeon usually goes. Like something happens.
Yeah, that was a
you get like
decent
lag
dungeon.
framed or yeah. Surely Wind Temple will not go horribly, right? Yeah, Wind Temple is next, and it is definitely the hardest dungeon in the game. At least in the run.
Wind Temple is a really cool dungeon. It's personally my favorite dungeon, but like, yeah, in the run, like Lan said, it's so much can go wrong during it that it kind of takes the fun out of the dungeon. So.
Yeah, but here we'll get to see Nobo scratch his head for 10 seconds in a little bit. It's not a joke, by the way. Watch the timer. Wow. Anyway, watch now.
Your boy is itchy.
So before we go over there, be making a new bucket rocket, and then we're gonna use our old reliable ABCS. Not that one. Actually, that would have been. This one's a little finicky to set up. I'm standing in a very specific spot so that I have place the wings. But that's about it. So I mentioned earlier on the way to Zora's Domain, sometimes the camera can like, yeah, do that. Thank you for demonstrating exactly as I was explaining it. For whatever reason, that's a little like less likely to happen when you're in the sky layer, so I tend to just take this slide high up. And yeah, basically we're just going all the way over to the west side of the map, to Vito Village here. This looks pretty good, unless I get camera screwed again. It's a little finicky, you're aiming for a pretty small target. But, good track here. I could have gone a little further. Fine. It's Teba. Nuovo Patriarca del Rito. De Rito, I don't know, I can't read Italian. Yeah, so, the Rito village is cursed with snow, which I'm all too familiar with, being Canadian. Can't believe you, as a Canadian, are not fluent in Italian. I know. Alright, so after talking to Teba, we're going to go talk to My Chemical Tone. That's his name. I don't make the rules. Oh, just came out. Rather have your village be cursed with snow than with poop? I mean, yeah. But I'd rather neither. Anyway, we're gonna put the sages away now because they suck. So here's the emo bird. Gonna... And yeah, so we have to find Tulin. You're supposed to kind of go through this long section of caves and stuff and like try to track him down. But I'm just gonna fly over the mountains instead. Why would I go through a cave when I could just do whatever this is? I've never gone that close to him before he spawned in. Damn. So that Arakuda stole Tulin's bow. You just have to kill it. Doesn't matter where you are, you'll end up on this platform. So generally you want to just kind of like slide in the general vicinity and then shoot it with rocket arrows as soon as it spawns in. Because rocket arrows like massively extend the range of arrows, basically to the point where they just go in a straight line.
Yeah, kind of. Massively extending it is a really good way to put that. I remember when I first put a rocket on an arrow and I was like, oh, that's a thing.
So, we need a Tulin's Power of Wind to fight these bokoblins. Like, the game suggests you go here first, so that's why it's a very pathetic challenge. Like, here's like a unique like boss. Here's Yonobo and Maragia. Oh, here's 3 bokoblins. Good luck. Wait, did I not break the boxes? Wait, why is that Tulin's voice? Sounds like he's 30 years old. I did break the boxes. Freccia di Legno. Alright. Tulin is really annoying when we try to pocket rocket. If I'm on the glider, he'll just be there. That works. Yo, what's up, gamer Felix _TC? NPCs are a little annoying sometimes. To kind of be in the state of like actually looking at the boat and just, like talk to him too early, then like you won't get out of the state. It can happen with Riju later too. The Guru section. So after talking to him here, we're gonna have to get all the way up there. And how might we go a long distance very quickly? Beats me. Now we're gonna do another ABCS, but this one is kinda cursed. It's very special and cursed. So on all the others, I've been holding on to the third wing with Ultra Hand to kind of guide where I'm going. This time, I will not be doing that. This, and then we get going, and then we just dump it, and just kind of ride it up for a little while. We can't go too far because there's a radius, at which point Tulin will think that you're leaving. You have to turn it around, and then get on it again. And perfect. That was very good. Very clean. The strat is really difficult.
Yeah, not only is it really difficult, but it's like so much can go wrong with it.
Yeah, and a lot of it's just like
it's so much can.
like yeah, seemingly like randomly too.
Yeah, exactly. It's obviously so much quicker than having to climb individually up everything, but like, and obviously it's super impressive. But goodness, it's difficult.
See if I can get a hole in one here. Oh, not quite fast enough. I think should at least invest in pants for the snowy area. Look, if Frodo and Sam could go all the way to Mordor in bare feet, I can handle this. I never remember what angle to be running for this. Anyway, we got Wind Temple here. So, similar to Fire Temple, we have a guaranteed way to have Tulin come to us, which is just anytime you're using the paraglider, he'll be available to activate his ability. Unfortunately, unlike the other sages, Tulin has a very, very long cooldown of 15 seconds. So, any, like, missed or misused burst of his wind is very, very annoying.
Tulin, piume delle mie piume. Il boccaporto che vedi sul ponte.
This guy almost sounds French, but he's like speaking Italian. Am I crazy for that?
poteri nel modo giusto, riuscirai ad attivarli tutti quanti e il boccaporto si aprirà.
Anyway, the first terminal we're going to go to here is kind of similar to that last one in Fire, where you're supposed to like come in from a different way. But there's actually like a very nice angle that we can shoot the wind in through the gate and have it work. There we go. You stand like right in the corner and shoot at an angle like that, you can get it. Not super precise, but like it's kind of specific enough that you wouldn't really end up getting it casually, probably. Dungeon has a lot of cool stuff. There's going to be an out of bounds section coming up soon. Alright, sneak in here, dive down. That definitely hit it, as you can see. Very clearly hit the thing. So here we're going to go out of bounds. We want to do this quickly, because Tulin messes up Pocket Rocket, as I was kind of alluding to earlier. We want to get through this before he recharges. I hit the water. Oh, this is annoying. We can back this up. Alright, that's fine. So now
That was really well done. That's a good backup.
just have to deal with the slow recharge time. That is not what I wanted at all. Sure, whatever. This section is very difficult. If it looks hard, it is hard. It's probably harder than I'm making it look, and I'm not making it look easy by messing up. This part's a little bit annoying because can get here too early. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit. I don't want to get that construct's attention. It's just really annoying if he notices me. I mean, I can one-shot him, but I don't want to have to. I kind of glossed over it earlier, but we went up like close to the floor there in that one spot and opened the gate because the game kind of assumed we were in the room because we were like close enough, and just opened that gate. So we don't have to go through all this. We can just come right here and hit the thing. For some reason, unlike Water Temple, this gate just stays open. I don't really know why that's inconsistent, but yeah. So that's all the terminals. So now we're gonna be doing the Colgera fight. So the interesting thing about this fight, and I only kind of learned this by speeding this game, but there's two ways you can fight this boss, and we do one of them. And apparently most people playing this casually did one or the other and didn't know the other existed. So instead of diving through the top, we're gonna dive down below him and shoot his spots with rocket arrows. If this is what you were aware of, good for you. You were aware of the, I guess, cooler strat. I don't know. The diving fight is also kind of pretty cool in a cinematic way, but it's really, really slow. Second phase is very annoying. This tornado will obstruct my vision when I'm trying to shoot at him. This actually looks good, I can see here. Kind of. Worse. Whatever, that's fine. Honestly, not a terrible wind temple. I'll definitely take that.
Yeah, I mean, like all in all, it's the things that did go wrong. You backed up pretty well, so.
I mean, the worst thing that can go wrong generally is like for the third terminal. Yeah, the third one, the one that you hit out of bounds. If you like fall too low or whatever, that's like the one that can go the most wrong. Yeah, someone donate $15, please, before I have to do it. I already donated $20. Wow, it's not
don't make
snowing.
Glenn do it again.
Wait, sorry, what did you say?
I said, don't make Glenn do it again.
Yeah. I only have so much money. I have to spend money on shiny Magic the Gathering cards.
Mood.
Ooh.
Now, this is a good cause. I would spend more money on this cause. I really don't like Tulin's voice in Italian. Why did you make me play this?
It's really interesting. I'm having a really hard time listening to it.
Doesn't sound like a child. He sounds like a 25-year-old in the 1920s. Alright, we got a couple more dungeons left. Next up, Lightning Temple in the Gerudo Desert. So we're going to be doing another ABCS to get down here. This one is pretty nice. We can just aim due south. Oh, I should dupe here. Okay, that's pretty bad. Yeah, I'll take this one, I guess. I missed the dupe, I just tossed a bunch of extra wings on the floor. But that's fine, we'll figure that one out. I can always just dupe more. So the Gerdo questline is somewhat long. We gotta do some stuff. In the desert, they are cursed with a constant sandstorm and Gibdo infestation. So we're gonna be defending
Bugs.
some of their stuff from the Gibdos.
Bug time.
Yeah, bug time. First I have to find Riju. I'm going way too far left here. This is not good. Or right, Link. Don't fall off. Uh-oh. Big scared right now. Actually, this is kind of perfect, except for being extremely high up. Yeah, so here's Riju. I never quite remember where she is for some reason. Yeah, so here we gotta help her train her lightning. She can't aim it, she has NA aim. So we're gonna help her aim it by shooting arrows, which helps, apparently. Yeah, so she will strike lightning wherever you shoot an arrow inside her radius. And see if I can't dupe a few more wings. Actually, that's here. She just got word Karakara Bazaar is under attack, so go help save Karakara Bazaar. So this is kind of like a little intro, taste, tutorial, whatever kind of thing for the main event of the Gibdo invasion, which is after this on the main town. Gotta clear out the Gibdos. Gibdos are normally mostly invulnerable to non-magical attacks. So we're gonna use topazes to get rid of them really quickly. And then just have to blow up the hive. We have to wait for it to open and then be shot with Riju's lightning. that. Why do the hives look like that? Like mushrooms? I don't know. There, we're gonna need to blow that up later, so we can just shoot it from here. Yeah, Gibdos are fun guys. Gerudo Town has been trashed, and the Gibdos are going to attack it. We're going to help them get back. After some more cutscenes, are there any donations or something? Could have some.
Vieni,
Nope, nothing.
vieni,
But we need
Unfortunately, nothing right now.
$1,000.
vieni da me.
We do. We need $1,000. Where are our donations, guys?
So this is kind of the part of the run where we're gonna use our remaining speed elixirs. Did not need fire there. It's gonna be especially useful in Lightning Temple to have speed up. I'll have to walk on sand. I'll talk more about that later. First, Gibdo invasion. So this part is a little bit tight in some ways. Basically, we gotta clear up the Gibdos quickly, and we want to be a little aware of Riju's the cycles of her lightning thing. It's not hugely important because we can use bombs as a backup if we get a little off cycle. Ideally, we don't have to do that. We have to clear up all the Gibdos and the hives. So we're gonna go straight forward and then off to the right to clear Gibdos before any of the hives open. This part's actually pretty cool. This was pretty cool to do for the first time. Wish it was like a little harder, but gonna have her shoot her lightning there, and then we'll beat her on this one so that I can use her lightning on the hive. Is it open?
Da questo nido non usciranno più Gibdo.
Next, lines up very nicely time-wise.
Ottimo! Questo nido è sistemato.
On this side, we gotta deal with this guy, and then the other two, the Gerudo basically can handle. We just have to blow up the hive.
Nemici anche all'ingresso ovest. Tutti i nidi sono stati distrutti.
Oh, they haven't killed them yet?
I Gibdo entrati nella città.
What are you doing? What the? Okay. That was cool. Normally they're able to deal with that guy, but I guess I shouldn't trust them. Alright, so here's the part where I need a shirt. Go down into the Gerudo Town shelter through the secret passage.
Yeah, make sure you have a shirt on, because otherwise this
Yeah.
might, you might kill your run.
Yeah, if you go down here without wearing a shirt, they will throw you in jail. I don't really know, like, the implied reason for that. Is it, like, they can tell that you're not a woman when you're not wearing a shirt? Or, like... know. Or is it just, yeah, indecent exposure? I have no idea. Going to jail? I mean, you could just put on a shirt, but... Okay, so here, to open up the lightning temple, we have to basically line up this triangle of light. You gotta spin these things, right? But I don't really feel like it, so instead, what the... Alright, whatever. Instead, we're just gonna use a rocket to spin the things. Easy. I'm already halfway to the next one. And I just gotta wait in the center until they line up. Gotta make a new rocket here, probably. Why did I do that? That's bad. Anyway. So Lightning Temple itself is... Oh, it's a pretty cool dungeon. Green. A lot of maze of stuff. It's fairly long. Be very cool. So it's kind of interesting. This is the only one of the 5 dungeons that's on the surface. Which I guess is just because they have the space for it here. I mean, technically Hyrule Castle is on the surface layer. No, it's up in the sky. I guess there's 2 on the surface. But... This was a cool thing too. That I did not expect. One of I think this is the first in Zelda where the boss comes out to fight you like, before you even go into the dungeon. But we don't have to fully kill it, we just have to hit it down to like half health basically. So Queen Gibdo has a very bizarre and annoying hitbox. That was very nice. I'm very glad she didn't get to attack me there. Whoa, look, there's a shrine over there. I should go do it. I need more blessings of light so I can get more hearts. Did this dungeon without the glider? Wait, how? Anyway, so we're not gonna go in the main entrance. We're gonna go over here. And... we're just gonna like go inside the wall here and... Don't worry about it. Anyway, so in Lightning Temple, you have to hit 4 things with Riju's lightning. There's one of them.
Molto bene.
There's the second one. How did you get in here without the glider? Like, the quest flags and stuff. But alright, you're not supposed to be able to do the dungeons without getting the regional phenomena quest.
I really like this temple. This temple is one of my favorites.
Yeah, there we go. So that was Lightning Temple.
Done pretty quick, but still fun.
So now we activate this, and the ancient Gerudo sage is going to tell us that we have to activate the 4 things in order to restore power to this elevator. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have done that.
Regio, mia amata discendente. Questo meccanismo è collegato direttamente alla cima del tempio. Se userai il tuo potere, potrai caricare tutti i 4 accumulatori. Così facendo, il meccanismo riprenderà a funzionare.
So yeah, Lightning Temple. We just go out of bounds and do the whole thing. Pretty fantastic. Imagine actually
Good
doing a
old
dungeon
out-of-bounds
properly in an
shenanigans.
all-dungeon speedrun.
Right.
We're gonna fight Queen Gibdo again up here. Queen Gibdo can be a bit of a hectic boss. It's not that difficult in theory, but it's probably one of the harder bosses in the run just because her hitbox is really weird. Go ahead and use this too. Unfortunately, Riju is still on cooldown from the last terminal, so I have to wait like a sec to be able to shoot this. So you want to shoot her in the face if you can, because that makes her fly towards you. If you shoot her elsewhere in the body, she'll go like away from you. It's not a big deal, but it's just nicer that way.
And of course, this boss just gets absolutely melted by, you know, the millions of damage we have.
Yeah. Where's she landing? Break the spear there. That's not an issue. It's just normally what happens. But it does mean we're gonna have to make a new rocket. Alright, so that was Lightning Temple. Not too bad. This dungeon, thankfully, has the shortest cutscene afterwards. It's very quick to mash through. So we got one more dungeon after this, Hyrule Castle. Hyrule Castle is pretty cool. It's not a terminal thing or anything like that. It's just a lot of movement and combat. It's pretty fun. Definitely an easy place to lose time though. But heavy execution aspect to it, and the boss is really annoying and inconsistent.
Oh, ça va.
So after completing, so we did Spirit Temple first. They do kind of expect you to do it like after Hyrule Castle if you do everything kind of as they suggest. So completing the other 4 dungeons is the requirement for getting to Hyrule Castle. Or, I mean, you can go there anytime, but it won't be like in the actual quest line state. First, we have to go talk to Pura. Nice, dude. I love legs so much. Alright, guess I'm gonna make a new rocket again. How's it going, Pura? Don't get off the ladder, dude. It's what I wanted you to do. Alright, so Hyrule Castle is now in the sky because of Ganondorf. So once again use our ABCs to get up there. Here I do have to be careful to cancel this early before hitting a cutscene trigger, or else I will get yeeted into next year by Zelda.
Link. Link. Vieni da me.
Yeah, I'm here already.
Ti aspetto. Vieni. Ti sto aspettando.
We had 3 cutscenes back to back here. One, two,
Great time for somebody to give us
now 3. $15.
$15 so that
Yeah.
we can read that while we wait.
Well, it's already over now. You missed your chance.
Dang.
Alright, so in here we just have to basically go to different rooms around the castle and Zelda will spawn monsters. Zelda, by the way, definitely the real Zelda. So it's a pretty cool section. It's just a lot of movement and fighting. Why am I throwing my weapons so early? Did I really not get those guys? How are you still alive? That was cool. That's definitely how that room was supposed to be done. She's just not making eye contact right now. She's just like you. Honestly, so true. This is like the furthest we have to move in between rooms. Part. So this is home of the legendary baseball moblin. So we just throw an ancient blade at this guy. Sometimes he can just swing his sword and hit the ancient blade like a baseball. It's pretty cool. That's definitely what I wanted to do. Yep. Cool strat in here. Can hit all 3 of these lifelikes with 1 shot. Unfortunately, I missed it. We have a triple shot bow, so it is possible to hit them all with 1 shot.
Link, ti sto aspettando. Non vedo l'ora di
Right, so for the bosses, we have to fight 5 Phantom Ganons at the same time, twice. And it's very annoying. Basically, the optimal strat is to shoot topazes, like at the floor, to hit them all. But it's very inconsistent. They'll like move weirdly or just like not take damage for some reason. So hopefully it goes okay. It's not like danger of dying or anything, but there's danger of hating everything. Like that guy just didn't die for some reason. Doesn't really make any sense. Here we let them group up a little bit and then go into bullet time. Nice. You only need 2 shots technically, 3 just makes it more consistent, so I like to do 3. Honestly, that could have been way worse. So now we've done all dungeons. The quest line wants me to go back and talk to Pura, but I don't need to do that. I already beat the dungeon. So we're gonna go straight down here. Fight the guy, Ganondorf. The big man himself. Just gonna make sure I do have the Lionel Horn. For some reason I thought I might not. Here we are going to be clipping out of bounds. There's normally this whole long section to get down here. I am not going to do it because I can just go here. Walls are a suggestion after all.
Yeah, this next part of the run is this is like the start of the big major end game, and the end of this run does so much, or this game I should say, does so much like heavy lifting in my opinion for all of this game. Like the game is great, it's a spectacular Legend of Zelda game, but like it is truly like cherry on top of the game.
Alright, cool. That was a great waste of my time there. Yep. So we have a few phases here. First we have to fight the Demon King's army, and I'm pretty sure near the beginning of this song there's a bit of a motif of Link to the Past Ganon.
I
that?
think there is, yeah. I know that in the actual fight there's
Get out of here, dude.
I think there's a Ocarina of Time one?
Probably. It's Breath of the Wild, obviously. I haven't noticed the Ocarina of Time one. So here we got the
Casey might
Zalfos.
know where it is. He's
And
familiar with that song.
in here, we're going to pick up a Royal Halberd. Oh, I actually did get them all, okay. Sometimes you just don't get all those Alphos. We got 4 phases on this. The Gibdo phase uses the most topazes because they're just all spread out. Topaz explosions are so big that they very often hit you unless you shoot them far enough away. That's kind of partly what all the fairies are nice for. Honestly. But it's annoying because if you don't put your bow away quickly after shooting, it can like knock it out of your hands and you have to pick it up again. But armies are really not difficult. You just kind of shoot topazes and they die. Like, it's way harder in any percent, but it's not hard in this category. But we're going to be getting into the Ganondorf fight. So they did a really good job with Ganondorf in this game, in my opinion, of like portraying him as like another master swordsman.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is probably my favorite iteration of Ganondorf.
Go ahead and grab this spear. So what's good about the Royal Halberd is that the royal weapons all have improved Flurry Rush, which means you get it to get in more hits with a Flurry Rush. So we're once again gonna do our little cute little White Mane Lionel Saberhorn, and then just gotta Flurry Rush him, which is easier said than done. Wow, it's pathetic. I'm having a big skill issue right now. Here, and yeah, he doesn't exist anymore. Well, he does, but yeah. Here on this phase, his weapon is random. He has a sword. That's good. Sword is the best one, in my opinion, and it's the easiest to Flurry Rush. This cutscene is unskippable. First one is skippable. I don't know why, but I don't mind watching it either. The third phase is the really cool part, where they like really did a good job, as I said, and that he will Flurry Rush me. Which is very cool. Kind of blew my mind. Also, his health bar made me like have to pause the game because I was laughing too hard. But
Same.
yeah, so I go attack him. He's gonna Flurry Rush me. I Flurry Rush him back and delete him. All right, here we go. Ganondorf is down. So we got one more boss left, the Demon Dragon. So unlike Dark Beast Ganon in Breath of the Wild, this boss is not an auto-scroller. It's not a glorified cutscene. It actually is difficult. It's a heavily like cycle-based boss. You gotta move quickly to make cycles, all that jazz. I was gonna go on to your next monitor. Hey Lulu. Very cute. But
Lulu's here
first...
for good luck.
No way, it's the Master Sword! We
Yo,
finally
the Master
found
Sword?
it!
Oh my goodness!
Okay, so in this fight, the Demon Dragon has like 4 eyes on his back that we have to hit. They're all spaced out, so we're going to be trying to use Pocket Rocket to get between them quickly. One nice thing is that this fight is not very random. When he moves after the first phase, he will always move to exactly the same spot. So I will know where to go. But what's annoying is that if I fail making a Pocket Rocket at the beginning of this fight, I will be very off for the rest of it. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen, which is why I mentioned it at all. Gonna make a wing, and then set up Pocket Rocket on top of the wing. Dive down to the dragon. Something nice is the dragons, you don't take fall damage on the dragons, but he does move around a lot, so I still want to use the glider just to make sure. I'm landing in the right spot. That was not very good. I don't think I should try to make it to the third one there. I might have been able to make it. As I said, he's always going to move to the same spot. So I'm just slowly making my way there, trying to conserve my good fuel as much as I can. Uh-oh, that's bad, that's bad. That's, fine. Okay. That was, all intentional, by the way. Ideally, we're not gonna have to use Zelda here at all. I only have a few boosts left on this rocket, but where are you going, buddy? This part, I think, it's kind of random. I'm not sure. Anyway, thanks, big guy, for going right there. I'm standing on top of the stone there. If you don't stand on top of it, this fade out takes 8 seconds longer. For no reason. So, good game. That was a pretty good demon dragon. I'm not gonna lie, that was fine. Even though it was, you know, special. Alright, all we gotta do is catch Zelda. So, time will be coming up, and they touch hands. And I don't know if that's, you know, not family friendly enough for the stream, them holding hands. So, just a little warning about
Hand
that.
holding on my good Christian servant.
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly. I don't know, man. That's kind of touching. That's kind of reaching, or not reaching. That's pushing it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally reaching right now.
He is quite literally reaching.
Yeah, even though Link is robbed of his equipment, he still has his ugly swords. He's still carrying them.
Yeah, remember when we said that it was glued to his hand?
Do you guys
yeah,
take
literally.
off your shirt to catch your girlfriend in the air?
One.
Alright, so time will be coming up pretty soon. And time. Alright. That was Tears of the Kingdom. Dungeons.
Heck yeah. GG, Lan.
Kind of a long run. Pretty fun. A lot of cutscenes, but pretty fun. A lot of cool tricks. Honestly, I've really enjoyed running this game. I ran Breath of the Wild for a while, too. And I've enjoyed running this game way more. Personally. And there's a lot of other people who've the opposite, but...
Good job.
That was a minute off my PB, apparently.
Yep.
So, not too bad. Considering I lost like 2 minutes in GSI.
Pretty good run, all in all.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I'll give the normal shoutouts to the Tears of the Kingdom speedrunning community. Not like super duper active there myself, but they're pretty helpful. Oh, this game's a lot of fun. Link is just stabbing Zelda in the face. No big deal. Maybe we should listen to the Italian Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Make CC stay up a little later to do his. Link, put it away. I'll give you all what you really want to see too. Here.
Cat.
Re dei demoni.
She's playing.
Sto
Oh, look
ancora
at her go.
sognando, vero?
Oh, baby.
Ce l'hai fatta.
Lulu.
Oh, Link, ce l'hai
Oh,
fatta.
Lulu.
Look at her go. Link's sword just shining.
Aspetta. Forse ho capito.
He's a good kitty.
He is a
Except
good
when she's a
kitty.
butt.
Sono caduta in
Which
un
is
sonno
sometimes.
profondo.
It's a cat.
Fino a quando mi sono
Anyway, I
sentita
couldn't
atterrata
help but
da
notice that we're
sensazioni
still
calde e
$15 away.
E mi sono
Yeah, we're still
svegliata.
$15 away.
The castle's like just up there now. It's not even floating, it's on like a big pillar of rock. They can't get it back
Ti
down.
ringrazio.
I hate that, by the way.
What?
Sai, Link, ho viaggiato in un
It's
passato
it's so
remoto. Ho
bad.
conosciuto molte persone. Ho tante cose da raccontarti. Non te lo immagini.
I agree, it is bad that we're still $15 away.
Sono a casa.
True. I would donate if I could. I'm broke.
It's okay, I still love you.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been Tears of the Kingdom. I'm Glenn. That's Lulu. I hope you had fun. Yeah, she's gone now.
And on that note,